Hello everyone. It is said that 80% of individuals go through some form of acne throughout their life. More so, some of these individuals go through a psychological burden which is associated with chronic diseases such as asthma, epilepsy, and diabetes. So it is only pertinent that we know about this disorder and we know how to treat it early. Hi, I'm Dr. Rajat Kandhari from Dr. Kandhari Skin and Dental Clinic, New Delhi, and today I'll be discussing a bit about acne. So first and foremost, why does acne occur? So simply put, acne is a disorder which is related with your oil gland. So if you are prone to getting acne, you must have noticed that you may be having some oily skin. This is due to excessive oil gland activity from your oil gland. More so, your follicles are sort of clogged with dead cells. So when there's excessive clogging of your follicles and there's excessive oil, it gives a perfect environment for a bacteria called P. acnes to thrive and have a party. And that's how you give rise to the first blackhead or whitehead, which further goes on to form a papule, a pustule, or a nodule, and eventually unfortunate scarring. What are the causes of acne? First and foremost, the most simple cause, genetic, which means that your father had it, your mom had it, your siblings have it, and you end up having it. Secondly, another very common cause is occlusion and use of cosmetics. So if you're prone to getting acne, a heavy liquid foundation, heavy creams, heavy sunscreens, all this will prone you to getting acne, and this is also known as acne cosmetica. So literally cosmetics causing acne. Thirdly, there are certain drugs such as tubercular drugs, anti-tubercular drugs, and anti-epileptics which can cause acne. Fourthly, certain occupations. You're a makeup artist. Every day, every time you need to put makeup on your face, which will predispose you to acne. Hot and humid environments. My friend comes back from Goa with a full breakout, also known as Goa acne. He's been in hot and humid environment, and that has caused hydration of his follicle, leading to acne. Or your mom who's cooking in front of the stove the whole day in the kitchen, she gets acne. So the hot and humidity in the kitchen causes acne, also known as McDonald's acne. And finally, the biggest one, which is hormonal acne. Many of the individuals nowadays are going through this because of our lifestyles and the westernization of our diets. And this leads to a hormonal undercurrent and increased insulin, which is related with your acne. So if your acne is associated with other things such as irregular menses, it's associated with increased hair in certain areas or hair loss, you are probably going through what we call as hormonal acne or adult acne. Now, when and why should you see a doctor? I'll cover the why first and then I'll come to the when. Why should you see a doctor? Because all forms of acne are preceded by inflammation. What does that mean? That means that even if you have a grade 1 acne, a simple little whitehead or a blackhead, you can potentially get scarring. So the next time you tell a near or dear one that, hey, it's only acne, don't worry about it, we'll treat it later, think again, because they might end up with scarring which they will regret throughout their life. So when you see acne, please go to a doctor, because addressing it early will prevent scarring in the individual. Finally, when should you see the doctor? Well, any acne which is persistent and stubborn and is troubling you, see a doctor. If your acne is associated with obesity, with hair loss, with hair on your chin, on your breast, around your nipple area, or around the belly button area, you're probably undergoing a hormonal undercurrent. Along with this, you may have irregular menses. This is proper signs of hormonal acne. So this is a time when you need to consider seeing a doctor as well. Acne starting early but persisting into adulthood. That means even after 25 years or even after 35 years, you're still getting acne around your jawline, which is stubborn and resistant to treatment. Again, you need to see a doctor. You're probably going through adult acne. What can I do to avoid all this, right? So simply put, first and foremost, use a good cleanser. If you have very oily skin, you need to use a cleanser which has high content of maybe alpha and beta hydroxy acids, which helps in exfoliation. If you have normal to dry skin, use a cleanser which is mild, which is more foam based or cream based, so that it doesn't irritate your skin with the anti-acne medication. Use the right moisturizer. Heavy moisturizers on oily skin will only lead to more breakouts. So a gel-based moisturizer, a fluid-based moisturizer, an aqueous base will help you to keep yourself hydrated as well as tackle the acne and decrease their outbreaks. Choose the right sunscreen. We talk about SPF a lot, and a high SPF means a thicker sunscreen. So if you're going through acne, please use a sunscreen which is gel based, a gel cream, a fluid based sunscreen which is light on your skin. Finally, please don't fiddle with your acne. Don't burst them, because doing that will only lead to pigmentation, will lead to redness, and will finally lead to scarring. So these are certain things which you should avoid. Finally, nowadays there are a lot of do-it-yourself solutions. It's good to do them, but do them at your own discretion. Particularly if you have very oily skin, I'd urge you to talk to your doctor before taking these DIYs as an everyday routine. Does diet have a role in acne? Well, there are certain foods, but the jury is still out there. There are certain foods which can trigger acne, such as those in high glycemic index. What does that mean? That means all your junk food, your pizzas, your burgers, your sweets, try and moderate them. I'm not saying avoid them, have your occasional pizza, but please moderate them, because they can spike your insulin, and insulin can then further spike your acne. Also, chocolates and skimmed milk. Chocolates high in cocoa content. So if you're a bitter chocolate lover, please moderate it and avoid your skimmed milk. Avoid or moderate whey proteins, particularly if you're going through acne. Finally, is acne treatable? Well, the good thing is that yes, acne is one of the diseases which is completely treatable. So please see your doctor to prevent that ugly scarring that we talked about previously. Now, there are two facets to the treatment. One is your medical treatment and the other is your procedural treatment. Now, when we talk about medical treatment, even the most severe forms of acne can be treated with simple medical treatment. So other than your right cleanser, your right moisturizer and your right sunscreen, we've got topical antibiotics, we've got topical retinoids, and further we've got topical alpha and beta hydroxy acids. Also, oral antibiotics, oral retinoids and hormonal treatments. This is essentially our therapeutic armamentarium, and all this together, as per your doctor's advice and the grade of acne that you are suffering from, can treat even the most severe forms. Now, if you have gone through acne sequelae, or acne has caused pigmentation, redness, scarring, we come to what we call the procedural aspect of the treatment. Now, what does the procedural treatment contain? So essentially, first and foremost, we've got those treatments which tackle the oiliness, which tackle the pigmentation. These consist of your chemical peels, your hydrofacials, your laser tonings and your carbon peels. And then we've got those which tackle your scarring, which consists of your fractional lasers, which consists of your microneedling devices and many other such treatments. So please see your doctor earlier than later if you're suffering through acne, and I hope this video helps you to understand acne a bit better. Thank you.